6. Praggnanandhaa's opponent, GM Kransenkow, Poland, opted for the Petrov defense, which is considered very solid and good to hold a draw with the black pieces, just like Berlin. So let's see the moves. Praggnanandhaa played white, and of course played e4. Mikhail Krasenkow played e5, knight f3, knight f6. All are Petrov defense. Now kept knight into e5, d6, knight back to f3, and knight capture on e4, and bishop to d3, knight back f6, castle, bishop e7, rook e1, making room for f1 bishop, castling king side by Krasenkow, and now bishop f1, and rook e8, d4 at last played, and c6, c4, knight bd7, knight c3, good control of e4, and d5, knight back to f8, now h3, and d5 at last, and queen b3, and queen b6 by Krasenkow. So he wants to exchange, but Prague did not. So capture on d5, and queen into queen, and a into b3, knight into d5, knight into d5. Prague wants to go to endgame, and c into d5. So bishop developed on f b5, attacking the rook, and bishop d7 challenged, bishop captures on d7, knight captures d7, and that is in play. And now take control of a5 square, and the rook attacks the pawn on d5, knight f6 is played, and the knight is pinned and trying to capture on d5. So king to ace, king to f8, and rook attacks the b pawn now. So b6 is played by Krasenkow, and now rook e to a1 is played by Prague. Here a6 attacking the bishop. So bishop Prague is not going for taking tempo, losing tempo, and captures on f6, and bishop captures f6. So Prague going for saving rook a4, saving the d4 pawn twice. So rook a to c8 is played, and g4. So this move, to understand what goes through Prague's mind, you have to decipher the reason behind g4. Since black is not interested in defending the d5 pawn, with the passive placement of the rook at g8, white is preparing his next plan. Ace put to g5, a prophylactic. So this move is a prophylactic move, you see. So go. Let's play the next moves. King of Krasenkow has come to e7. Now unprotected pawn captured on d5, and rook c2 is played. Now the plan of Prague is implemented. Is 4, and the bishop needs to hide on 7th rank. So rook played to b5, and using the advantage of pin of a7 pawn. So here capture on b7, b2 pawn captured by rook, and g5 is played, pawn capture on g5, and capture on g5 by ace pawn, and bishop go back to protected on g7 like king. So king g2 is played, and now f6, 32, and now d5. So white makes his intentions clear with d5, as both c6 and e6 squares are now vacated, thanks to 31 move of black f6. White is not bothered about losing the g5 pawn, because the d5 pawn will be the declining factor of the game. So it is so strong. The d5 pawn is so strong and protected. And king is calm. King is calm here to d6, and rook c4 is played, going for a check. And rook f8 at last, trying to attack the f2 pawn. So rook c6 check. King go back to d7, and rook b4 is played, 35. So this is meticulously played by Pragg after f into g5. He does not rush in taking on g6, so he's going for rook a4, because the queen side pawns are more important in this position. Pragg continues to showcase his beautiful understanding for the rest of the game to beat Krasenkow, who has a wealth of experience and won the platinum crown for the best game of round 2. It is written on ChessBase India by I'm Shadhok. So I'm just so here a5 is played, protecting the pawn, and b6 pawn is gone, and bishop c3, and rook to c4 attacking the bishop, and this pawn attack the knight, but it is captured, and the pawns, king side pawns are falling, just and the rook back again to attack the c4, and same 2 pawn sacrificed, but so it is a totally winning position for Praggnanandhaa. Endgame, good endgame play, double rook on the rank. So bishop back, so trying to checkmate, but and king cut the king, but giving attacking the a5 pawn again, and bishop played to f6, and after nice strong move knight d2 attack the rook and saving the pawn, and the a5 pawn is going to be captured, and Krasenkow resigned here. Well done, Praggnanandhaa. Third round, first win, and so he needs only draw in next match. So viewers and chess players, please, if you like my video, and if you are new here, please subscribe to my channel, Shadhok Chess Home, and inspire